What's up, guys? I'm back again for the millionth time. Now I know what you guys are thinking. Thought we already got rid of this guy. Why the fuck is he back here? I'll tell you what. I know it took me a while to come back. Things in my life have just been kind of crazy, and I just got freed up. My schedule freed up. I'm ready to start making new videos. Granted, it's gonna take me a little bit of time to get back into it, but here I am. First video after a long break. Whenever I was making videos, I was probably around 180. I was 180 pounds. I did a dirty bulk, and I got up to about 197. I was 197.2 around the end of, I want to say, November. So right at the end of Thanksgiving, I was my heaviest. I was 197 pounds. I was fluffy, if you guys know what that means. I was holding a lot of water. I was fat. I was probably around 25%, 25 to 30% body fat. That's a rough estimate. I can't really tell you how much exactly. But now, I weighed myself this morning. I didn't eat anything. I didn't drink anything. I had a sip of water, actually. I'm sorry. But I was 170. So I dropped 27 pounds since November. Now, backstory. I try to do the 6 meals a day thing. I was cutting a little bit more. Well, obviously I was on my cut. I was trying to get down. I made goals to get down 5 pounds per month, and it was starting off good, and like it normally does. And then my weight loss in general just stopped. Now the thing is with that, I think has to do with my macros, how much I was working out, and just in general, I wasn't really motivated. Now, when I first started training, it was so easy to cut weight. It was really easy for me to cut weight. I got down to 165, no problem. And I was a junior in high school, and I was really skinny. I had a little bit of muscle on me, so I thought I looked big, but I wasn't really that big. I thought I was the shit. Now I know I'm not the shit. But now I'm down to 170 pounds. When I started training back in sophomore year of high school, I just wanted to lose weight. That's what I really wanted to do. I wanted to look like cover model, one of the muscle and fitness magazines. I was young, I was naive, and that's what I wanted to look like. I wanted to have the six-pack abs. I wanted to be this fucking just ripped out of his mind son of a bitch. Now, I got that way. I got there. My junior year, I was playing football. We all would go to the weight room, and I was focused on losing weight. Everyone else was focused on gaining weight. I think I already told you guys this, but I'm just trying to make a little summary. I made myself really skinny, 165 pounds, so it was really easy for me to get down to that weight. Now, when I got to 197, I said to myself, Vince, you gotta start losing weight. It's about time. I made myself, goals to lose 5 pounds every month, and it was working. Up until December 31st, I was good, and weight loss kind of just plateaued, and I was just sitting there. I would go up in weight, I would go down in weight. I was fluctuating, but I never got below 185, 183, somewhere in between those range. I would never get down to below that, and I said, fuck, man, I can't do this shit. What the fuck's the deal? So I tried this thing called intermittent fasting. Hopefully, maybe some of you guys have heard about it, maybe not. It was news to me back whenever I first tried it. And you know what? I heard about it back in the day, back whenever I was starting to lose weight. I heard about it years ago. And I said, man, I don't want to fast. That's stupid. That's fucking retarded. Why the fuck do I want to fast and not eat? And that's contrary to popular belief. In order to lose weight, you got to eat 6 meals a day. You got to get your cardio up. You got to do so many things to lose that weight. It's kind of like a step-by-step process that whoever set it in stone, it's set in stone right now. Everyone in the fitness industry, most everyone in the fitness industry, knows about that. So I tried intermittent fasting, and I'll tell you what, guys, I can't even describe to you the weight loss that I got. To summarize it, intermittent fasting is you have an eating window, anywhere from 8 hours to 2 hours. 2 hours is extreme. 8 hours is the kind of basic starter. I was eating anywhere between 4 to 6 hours a day. Had a little eating window. So I wake up, I work out, and I wouldn't eat till around 1 or 2 p.m. I would start that eating, and I would pound food. And it wasn't unhealthy because I was getting all my macros in. 12 ounces of chicken a day. I also was eating protein shakes. I was having, cottage cheese. I was drinking milk. I was getting all my protein. I was getting all my carbs, and I was getting about 30 grams of fat. My macro ratio was about 50, 40, 10. 50% protein, 40% carbs, 10% fats. And that equaled out to about 180 to 190 grams of protein a day, about 140 to 160 grams of carbs a day. I can't remember. This is all estimated. This is just me going back what I remember. And I got about 30 grams of fat. I'll have to do the math for you guys, and I'll put it in the description, but that's what it was. One more thing. With the whole intermittent fasting, weight was just ripping off me. I can't even describe to you the fat. I was losing fat. And it wasn't until I got to 176, 175 pounds. And that's when I stopped intermittent fasting. I'm not gonna say stop, but that's where I said I want to try something new. But let me get back to that later. So honestly, I lost about 10 pounds of fat intermittent fasting. If you guys want to know more about that, comment, like this video, send me an email. You guys, here's my Instagram on there. Send me a comment if you're interested. If you happen to give a fuck, in the words of Chris Jones. Anyway, so with intermittent fasting, literally lost weight. Now, if you guys are questioning my strength gains, I was actually gaining muscle while losing the fat. I went from 5 sets of 5 sets of 5 reps, okay? And I was benching, I started out 80 pounds, dumbbells, 5 times. When I got down to 176 pounds, I was benching 95s for dumbbells for 5 reps. The point where I started to lose strength was because I started to run out of food. My protein powder was out, and I was running out of food. I remember on the last day, actually the last 2 days, the night before, the eating window before I couldn't get those 95s up was I was low on my carbs for the past week. I was low on my protein for the last week, and fat, it was already low as it was, but I was most likely low on that anyway. So with that's kind of where I expected my strength to kind of fall off, and especially since my macro percentages was going down, my macros were going down as well, it was hard to keep up with that strength-wise. So I kind of expected it. At the same time, that's the only time I lost any sort of strength. And even then, I went down to 90s, and I was still doing it. So I was still stronger, lighter than I was 185 pounds. It was amazing. Now, why did you stop intermittent fasting, Vince? I tell you what, I love intermittent fasting. I wanted to try something new just because I like to learn new things. I like to be in the know. I like to say, I tried this worked for me, and if I recommend it to somebody, I want to know that it works. Everyone has these fitness fads out. Eat cabbage 4 times a day and you'll lose 20 pounds. And they always have these Dr. Oz weight loss tips, like this herbal supplement to help you lose weight, and that is really good. But I want to do something that's not focused around the general health. So intermittent fasting, 6 meals a day, all kinds of other things I've tried, and I say some of them worked, some of them didn't. The thing is, guys, is that when you find something that works, you take from that. Whatever works from that plan, that diet, that strategy, you take from that, and you can use it to any other part of your workouts or any other part of your lifestyle. Now, guys, I don't want to make this video too long, but I also wanted to try carb backloading. There's a lot of science behind it, a ton of science behind it, and the guy's named John Kiefer. He created it. And here's the thing, the basics behind it is that you train anywhere between 3 to 6 p.m. I'm going to go ahead and say 3. Now, one more thing. In the morning, when you wake up, you have a little igniter shake, which is basically coffee, some fat, and it's, I don't remember exactly, but I think it's moderate chain triglycerides, protein isolate, and After that, you eat a light 1 or 2, 3 meals is pushing it, but 1 to 2 meals of a high fat, high protein. Try to get no carbs in the morning. The reason is, once you get carbs in your system, usable carbs like sugar, bread, any wheats, any grains, anything that's starchy, it's gonna cut your fat loss. There's a lot of science behind it. I'm just giving you a little overview. Don't eat carbs before you work out. After you work out, that's when you could go ham on the carbs. I'm telling you, eat anything you want within reason, in moderation. This is all in moderation, guys. But there is a way that you can eat cake, donuts, white rice, potatoes, French fries, hamburgers. Even with the white buns and the bread you get at the store that basically just squishes as soon as you touch it. You can eat that stuff, and it actually helps. What you don't want to do is eat the healthy carbs, low glycemic index carbs after you train, because that'll actually make it not work. There's a lot of research on this, guys. I can do more videos about this, and I'm probably going to do more videos about it. Again, thank you for watching this video, and hopefully some of you guys are glad that I'm back. I like making YouTube videos because it helps me understand what I'm doing more. And when you can teach something, guys, I've heard this philosophy. When you teach something, that means you understand it more. So if I'm giving you guys advice and it's free, it's making me feel like I'm contributing something. And I like it. I get a warm and fuzzy feeling afterwards. You know what I mean? Anyway, guys, I'm glad you watched the video. Like, comment, subscribe, do it all. Thumbs up if you like it. And remember, guys, stay flexed.